Hi, today our group will present a developmental psychology analysis of Hiccup, Horrendous Haddock 3, the main character from How to Train Your Dragon. Hiccup is the son of Stoic, the chief of Berg. Unlike other Viking, he is physically smaller and less aggressive, making it difficult for him to fit into traditional Viking culture. Through his friendship with Tutelus, Hiccup developed a confident leadership skill and a strong sense of identity. This presentation will examine Hiccup's development across different life stages using major developmental psychology theories.
Let's look at birth and infancy from ages 0 to 3. Hiccup's development is a mix of nature versus nurture. By nature, he inherits a smaller physical body but high intelligence, and by nurture, he is raised in a tough Viking culture with a very high expectation. And looking at his physical development, Hiccup is born smaller and weaker than other babies, which goes against Viking standards. Because he cannot rely on physical strength, his mind starts adapting early on, forcing him to rely on his intelligence to survive. And for psychosocial development, living in dangerous surroundings causes early insecurity. This connects to Bowlby's attachment theory. Hiccup has a very distant relationship with his father Stoic. This lack of close bond damages his foundational confidence.
My part focuses on the early childhood stage. During this stage, children experience Erickson conflict of initiative versus goal. Constant criticism may lead them to develop self-doubt and feeling of guilt. From a cognitive perspective, children begin to develop creativity and problem-solving skills, which serve as protective factor. Socially, they may experience rejection and isolation, which can affect their self-esteem and relationship with others. That's all from iPad. Thank you.
During middle childhood, Hiccup goes through dragon training and develops a strong bond with Toothless, and by this he gradually gained acceptance by his peers and also his community. Physically, his coordination and physical skills and practical skills improves through training and also experiences. Cognitively, he develops logical and strategic thinking. This allows him to solve problems creatively. Psychosocially, friendships and also social acceptance help build his self-confidence and also a sense of belonging. According to Piaget's concrete operational stage, Hiccup demonstrates logical thinking, while Erickson's industry versus inferiority stage is also reflected by his achievements, increased his self-confidence and also his sense of competence.
In adolescence, Hiccup struggled with his identity, developed a strong relationship with Astrid, and began becoming a leader. In terms of physical, he experienced normal adolescence growth and increased physical strength. In collective, he developed abstract thinking and moral reasoning, allowing him to question Viking traditions. In psychosocial, he formed his identity and gained acceptance from fear. In theory, Erik Erikson, identity versus role confusion. Hiccup developed a strong sense of self by following his belief. Lawrence Colbert, moral development, he chose peace and cooperation over violence. For example, Hiccup formed his identity by promoting peace between dragons and humans despite traditional Viking perceptions.
During young adulthood, Hiccup experienced Erickson intimacy versus isolation stage. He develops a close relationship, particularly with Astrid, while also taking on greater leadership responsibilities. As the future chief of Berg, Hiccup must balance his personal relationship with his duty to the community. His ability to form meaningful connection demonstrates successful psychosocial development during this stage. In middle adulthood, Hiccup enters Erickson's generativity versus stagnation stage. He focused on mentoring younger generation and preserving the peaceful relationship between humans and dragons. As a leader, he works to improve society and ensure a positive future for Buck. This reflects generativity where individuals contribute to the well-being of future generations.
In the late adulthood, Hiccup experienced Erickson's stage of integrity versus despair. He achieved a sense of integrity by reflecting on his life and the legacy he has built, especially the peace between humans and dragons. Next, speaking on cognitively, Hiccup maintains crystallized intelligence using his knowledge and experience as a village elder and preserving history through storytelling. Then, for physically, he adapts to the natural effects of aging along with challenges with his prosthetic limb and past experiences. Overall, Hiccup successfully reached a sense of fulfillment and acceptance in this stage of life.
Based on analysis for ultimate development, Hiccup achieved sustainable psychological well-being in adulthood. Throughout his life, he faced many challenges and obstacles, but this experience helped him grow into a mature, resilient, and responsible leader. One important risk factor in Hiccup's development was social rejections and bullying during adolescence. Because he was different from other Vikings, he often felt isolated and struggled to fit into his community. This experience negatively affected his confidence and self-esteem. However, Hiccup also had several protective factors that support his development. The most significant protective factor was the strong support he received from Astrid, his mother Valka, and his friends. Their encouragements and acceptance helped him build confidence, overcome difficulties, and develop healthy relationships. From a developmental psychology perspective, Hiccup successfully resolved Ericsson's test of identity versus role confusions. Instead of following traditional Viking expectations, he discovered his own identity and became a leader who valued peace, understanding, and cooperation between humans and dragons. To further support his mental health, evidence-based interventions such as grief counseling could help him cope with significant losses, including the death of his father. This would allow him to manage emotional stress and maintain psychological well-being. In conclusions, Hiccup lives demonstrates positive adulthood development through resilience, supportive relationships, and self-acceptance. His journey shows how strong social supports and personal growth can help individuals overcome challenges and achieve long-term physiological well-being. Thank you.